I needed a night. A lady up ahead waved to flag me down. She got in at the light. Oh, where you going to, my lady blue? It's a shame you ruined your gown in the rain. She just looked out the window. She said, 16 Parkside Lane. Something about her was familiar. I could swear I seen her face before. But she said, I'm sure you're mistaken. And she didn't say anything more. It took a while, but she looked in the mirror. Then she glanced at the license for my name. A smile seemed to come to her slowly. It was a sad smile just the same. And she said, how are you, Harry? I said, how are you, Sue? Through the too many miles and the too little smiles, I still remember you. Somewhere in a fairy tale, I used to take her home in my car. We learned about love in the back of a Dodge. The lesson hadn't gone too far. You see, she was gonna be an actress, and I was gonna learn to fly. She took off to find the footlights. I took off to find the sky. Hello, honey, it's me. What did you think when you heard me back on the radio? What did the kids say when they knew it was their long-lost daddy? Oh, remember how we listened to the radio, and I said, that's the place to be. And how I got the job as an FM jock the day you married me. It was 2 kids and I was into AM rock, but I just had to run around. It's been 8 years since I left you, babe. Let me tell you about what's gone down. I am the morning DJ at WOLD. Playing all the hits for you, wherever you may be. The bright good morning. Hello.
Who's heard but never seen? And hey, speaking of a face who should be heard but never seen, it's your boy Bobby, and on screen too early is our guest, but we'll get to her in just 1 second. We will bring her on. I also revealed a little early, but you guys know the most important thing you can do at any podcast before you even introduce what you're doing or who you are is to tell you what our goal is and why we're begging for money. And tonight's goal is a very meager, very simple $5,000, and our cause is handouts for Harley. Because let's be honest, you guys work very hard doing jobs that actually matter, that change people's lives, and you should give me that money for sitting here on the internet making fun of other people. But without further ado, welcome one, welcome all, to Stalkin, Mockin, Talkin, Choppin with Chapin, the podcast that analyzes podcasts that analyze podcasts that analyze podcasts that analyze Harry Chapin songs. And I would say we're probably number one in that market. And it's a huge market. And speaking of huge, here's a huge superstar joining me. And you guys don't need any more introduction because she's probably the reason the 4 people are in the chat. It's Lubi Popovic.
Woo! Thank you for the huge star. I thought you were going to say a huge bitch. So
No, never. Never. Now, as you know, because you're here, but I would like to just, break things down for the audience. The most important thing you can have on a podcast is a female co-host who, from afar, it looks like there's chemistry with, but anybody who really knows the show knows there's no sexual chemistry whatsoever.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I'm glad that my only currency. Okay.
Well, you know what you bring to the table.
Not much. Lame jokes. It's okay.
Yeah,
How you been, Bobby? I missed you.
I
I'm so
missed you
excited.
too. But before we catch up, I got to tell you, this is big. We've got something huge, and that is for the first time, we have t-shirts available. That's right. Get your merch
Oh.
available now. We'll get into that more in a second because first in the chat we've got Anne Frank saying Luby's mic is too loud.
Oh my God.
And trust me, Anne knows the importance of staying quiet, right?
And is the shit, man. Every time. I am so impressed, man. And she's more consistent than any boy I've ever talked with.
Well, I think that says more about your love life than it does about Anne. But I am happy Anne's in the chat, and honestly, we could use some more because we are trying to get to our goal, and you know what that is, right, Luby?
It is $5,000. I think, am I correct?
It is $5,000.
Way too low. You can aim higher.
As everybody knows, if I don't do this, if I don't hit that goal, my spouse will make me get a real job and stop doing this with me.
And never have sex with you, I'm assuming?
That's definitely already on the table.
That's all. Okay. Jesus.
But let's get into this merch a little bit. I want to talk about that for 1 second because we've got some great things here. Let me see if this still works. I'll make myself a little smaller. Look at me being a YouTuber, adjusting on the fly and shit. So if you head over to the webpage listed below, you will see for just the low price of $16, you can get a quarter-size sticker of Talkin, Mockin, Talkin, Choppin with Chapin. And yep, there it is. Additionally, for the low price of $200 US, you can get the t-shirt.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll be honest, the best deal and best steal is the screen printed all over shirt where it's on the sleeves and wording and you don't really know what it is. And that's just $350. So don't forget to head on over to the merch store at some point and pick up one of those. If you can't, give all $5,000 to the handouts for the Harley's Fund.
All great deals, Bobby. I don't know where to begin. $16 sticker sounds reasonable.
Yeah.
It sounds like a bargain, actually. It's a bargain.
And you don't want a broke boy shirt, right?
No.
So why not get a shirt that costs $200.99?
Exactly.
Anne Frank gave us the symbol. But
it's me again. It's me. It's every time. It's my mic. I know. I'm sorry.
It's just that booming voice you've got. Let's get over here, and you know what we do here, right, Luby? We break down podcasts that break down podcasts that break down podcasts that break down Harry Chapin songs. The bananas is for the song that was originally featured on the podcast. But without further ado, let's get into it. And I like to just let the intro play.
Let's do it.
I bet it's too fast because we're going to play fast tonight, but we'll let the intro play out.
Okay.
In just a second. If people gave me money, I could do this faster.
Welcome, Bobby.
Remember how we listened to the radio, and I said that's the place to be. And how I got the job as an FM jock the day you married me. It was 2 kids and I was into AM rock, but I just had to run around. It's been 8 years since I left you, babe. Let me tell you about what's gone down. I am the morning DJ at WOLD, playing all the hits for you, wherever you may be. The bright good morning. Hello, honey, it's me.
Who's heard but never seen? It's your boy, Bobby Tamburo. Okay, so we're going to have to get rid of some of our promos for a second. But in the meantime, Luby, what'd you think of that intro? I thought it was pretty sick.
It's super sick. I was invested the whole time. Like I've never seen it before.
Yeah, normally I like to mock every aspect of it, but it's going to be hard to mock that aspect of the podcast. What I can mock is letting it loop, not knowing when it ends? Come on, it's your
Ugh.
intro to your podcast, buddy. What are you doing? Checking for super chats? They're not in already, okay? You don't have a hand out for a Harley fund on screen right away that people can give to out the gate?
I don't know about that, Bobby. Are you sure? Your fans are pretty dedicated.
I would know. We haven't received anything yet, but you know what?
Damn
The
it.
night's still young, and, it's not that big of a goal, so we could probably get there. We're ahead for the week anyway. No biggie.
It's nothing.
I'm getting over the flow.
5,000 measly dollars.
Yeah, it's all good. I will say, who starts a podcast with "It's your boy"? What are you doing?
I don't know. It's somebody who's trying way too hard to be cool, and it's just not working. And
Speaking
I
of
wanna
that, look at his outfit.
oh my God, you just beat me to it. What is up with the khaki blazer?
Okay, I actually like the khaki blazer. That's a pretty dumb idea, but just looks like he's trying hard, What?
That's what
Way
I'm
too
saying.
much of a try hard. And clearly, the hat is to hide the fact that he's bald, right? We get it, buddy. You're bald. Just have the balls to shave your head, regardless of how big it is, and show it to the world.
Yeah. Do you think he's overcompensating with all of that, like the intro thing where he has beautiful big hair? We kind of photoshopped his own head. I think he's just being very, very insecure about it and overcompensating with fake hair.
Both insecure and narcissistic, which is kind of an oxymoron most of the time.
That's a lethal combo, though. Those people are the most dangerous.
I bet you, and this might be an odd prediction, but you know me, I've had some radio psychic abilities in the past, have I not?
Mhm. Look at that. He'll never have that. He'll never have it. Maybe if he goes
Cash
to
money.
Turkey.
Here's a prediction. I think this guy's probably one of those guys who's very suicidal, but loves himself too much to actually have the balls to do it.
Hello, honey,
Nailed it. You
Who's heard
fucking
but never
nailed it.
seen? It's your boy, Bobby Tamburo. What's going on, everybody? Thank you for tuning in to another lovely episode of Mockin, Talkin, Choppin with Chapin,
Kind of ballsy to call it lovely out the gate.
the #1 podcast.
You're
that analyzes
literally, I can't. You're beating me to everything. Mm-hmm.
I'm going to beat you after this podcast.
podcasts that
Oh,
analyze
I hope that's a
podcasts
promise.
that analyze Harry Chapin songs. Like I said, it's your boy Bobby Tamburo. I'm your host, and joining me on this
He already said that twice. What a moron.
very special edition of Mockin, Talkin, Choppin with Chapin is the one, the only, the beautiful, the strong, the brilliant Mike O'Donnell.
Okay. I know this
Okay.
guy's trying to just milk the time out until he's done getting his streaming hours in for the day. But let's just say that guy's not big. That guy is big, but he's not beautiful. He's not strong. And we need, what, 2 adjectives?
You had a few. Can we hear it again?
We can try.
Okay, but you kind of overdid it. It was
And joining me on this very special edition of Mockin, Talkin, Choppin with Chapin is the one, the only, the beautiful, the strong, the brilliant Mike O'Donnell.
brilliant was an overkill. Without a brilliant week, I could have let it fly. But brilliant is like this guy has a face of a moose. Doesn't seem very brilliant.
He looks inbred, if I'm being honest. But
He looks like inbred, 100%.
this show should be called Inbred and Inbredder.
I don't know. I'm an immigrant.
intro?
What part?
All of it.
Was-
Oh, shit.
What was that?
Oh shit, do we got beef already?
Stop with that. That's fucking
You know what? If we're gonna get beef, we should talk about a fat cow, and that's me.
But you know
Yeah.
what? This guy can talk. Hold on. I want to see something. Are those bangs that this guy has?
It may be bangs. I think we may
Hints.
find out
Oh,
some
I
hints. In this.
apologize because are those fucking bangs on this guy? Jesus Christ. I don't know what's worse. The host being bald on the top and this guy having these atrocities.
It,
Oh my-
like it maybe uglier would be a better name for this podcast.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Let's continue.
I just don't know who to pick.
None.
The #1 most important thing you can do as an entertainer. What is that, Mike?
I don't know, exercise?
Nope, it's beg for money, and we've got our begging for a Bentley fund. That's right, guys. You know the #1.
Okay. I can tell by your clearly discount Jordan hat, the fact that you have never been to a barber for your beard, and your clearance rack blazer that you're never going to afford a Bentley. Now, sure, we might say hand out for a Harley, and I'm probably going to puss out and buy a moped like a fag if we hit our $5,000 goal, but that's not a Bentley, okay? And come on, guys, give us some money, okay? We're out here working hard. There are people lying about us. There's a war out there, Lubi. There's a war, and the only way we're going to win is if we get enough money to win the arms race. So please, Hand out for a Harley. And if you can't, head on over and get a t-shirt, right? $200 to $300.
Bargain. Both bargains. Go for it.
One thing we have to do on these YouTube live streams is hit our goal. And what's our goal for tonight, Mike?
We're begging for a Bentley? $420.69.
Yep, our goal was 300 last week. We didn't quite hit it, so 400. Here we are. I think we can do that. I think that's
Has
attainable.
anyone donated?
$300? Okay.
Somehow when they're asking for it, it seems pathetic. When you're selling it and when you're asking, it's different. It's a different vibe for me. Like, I want to do it. I love the t-shirt. It looks good. You're selling it right.
Absolutely. It's vintage.
It's such cringe. It's like they're basically like fucking losers.
And give me a goal with a comma in it. Right?
Yeah.
Like, give me something I can hold on to.
Yeah. We had about $100. for
Who's
donations.
dumb enough to donate to this?
Nope, you're not getting how this works, Mike. You're supposed to be on board with the donations. Remember, this
I'm
is
on
a
board,
YouTube show. They need
But
to send us money.
who's dumb enough to do that?
Great, lovely people like Dominic, like Tiffany. Let's see who we got in the chat. That's a good point. We've been doing the show for 30 seconds. We haven't checked the chat. No one's over on the YouTube. I'm starting to wonder if it's even available there.
Losers. Nobody's watching.
Oh my God. They're talking to themselves. They're asking themselves for money.
Yeah.
Since nobody's watching.
At least we have Anne Frank.
Nobody's saying anything on Twitter, so not off to the best start
Am
in the
I
world, Mike. But you know
We'll
what
get
we're
there.
doing. We're here.
No, what's up, Lube?
Am I too loud? Is my
Uh,
mic okay? Just asking.
Seems to be okay so far.
We'll get
Hey,
there.
Bentley, what's going on, buddy? How are you? It's been a while since we've
Hey,
seen each other.
Hey, Robert, I'm just chilling. How are you?
Just chilling, buddy.
I'm
I
just
love
hanging
it.
out.
Oh yeah. You
Just
know,
woke up
another
from
day.
sleep.
Yeah, because you do the 5 a.m. thing, right? Like Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah,
you get up
I
at
do that.
4.
Nobody gives a fuck about you two losers hanging out. Just go do this in a basement. Better yet, do it in Mike's car, in his garage, and leave the garage door closed and leave the car running.
Mm-hmm. That's a better plan.
Luby,
Let's hear.
let's check in with you. How have you been?
Pretty mesmerized by this whole thing in front of me. I gotta tell you, the whole concept is brilliant of your show,
Yeah.
and I'm so proud of yourself that you are able to make something so unique and different than anybody else, right now on the market. And I salute you for that.
Yeah.
You're doing meaningful work, and you're asking for a proper compensation for it.
Right.
It's not unreasonable. It's a good product, and I'm very proud of you. And the fact that you're talking shit about other podcasts and YouTubers makes it even more interesting and validates how ahead of the game you are.
Thank you. Particularly, like, important things, like podcasts about Harry Chapin podcasts, right? Like, that's the subject matter we really need to overanalyze. And now, sure, some morons out there, some idiots might say things like, Bobby, you should spend all that time and energy you're putting into this show that's mocking something nobody cares about and write jokes or write a script or write a podcast that people would actually give a fuck about. And the answer is no. That's not what comedy is. And you know what you certainly don't do, Louie? You don't go on stage and pick up a mic.
Why would we? That's for losers.
Absolutely. And you don't show any loyalty in this game, right? The second somebody has you on their show, you turn your back on your best friends in a heartbeat.
Oh yeah, this is some Andy Kaufman material, man. I like it. It's very artsy. It's brilliant. It's
I do
amazing.
that. I do 5 to 9.
Nice.
Hell
yeah.
We're out here. We're just being a productive citizen.
You know what being a productive citizen gets you?
a spot on Mockin, Talkin, Choppin with Chapin.
Yeah.
The only way these two could be productive citizens,
It's
blow your brains out.
Yeah,
And
or
normally
just
shows like this will
fuck up.
give part of their
Right
donations
there.
received to their co-host, but not tonight because you know how important it is for me to get a Bentley.
No, we need to get you that Bentley.
Yeah, it's of utmost priority. Regardless of how hard the people out there are working at their blue-collar jobs like you, where they're fixing mufflers and tearing apart catalytic converters, and literally sweating blood and tears, you should give me the money for just sitting here on YouTube whenever I feel like opening it up. Right?
Okay. No. Because that's clearly what you do. You clearly are just opening OBS and then taking another podcast and putting it in the same spot that it was in last week. Not what we're doing here, okay? We've got graphics. We've got more important than graphics. We've got fucking merch, okay? And for the low price of $200, you can be a part of the Talkin, Mockin, Talkin, Choppin with Chapin squad.
What a great alliteration.
Harlem's finest.
All right, let's continue with the pod, shall we?
Mike?
Yes,
Yeah, I don't know if I'm
let's
gonna be able to
do
pay
it.
my rent this month, but I would love to see you in a brand new car.
It's more important. Yep, YouTube. So, yep, you get it. Now, we are doing a podcast where we break down a podcast that breaks down a Harry Chapin podcast. What's your knowledge of Chapin like?
Whatever the intro was, and that he sings "Cat in the Cradle."
Okay.
Wow.
Not much more to him
Okay.
than that. He died, got hit by a semi-truck. I feel like that's important.
He got hit by a semi-truck. I work on trucks.
I wish you'd get hit by one.
It'd bounce off me. My fat ass.
If you like that joke, head over into the Begging for a Bentley fund.
It'd be like Hancock hitting a train, dude. You know what I'm saying?
Who wins? You or the train? Who knows?
I don't think the
I get it.
host.
In a Bentley, actually, it's so hard to conceptualize it.
Me or the host of the other show?
Oh, the
begging for
host
one.
of the other
Yeah,
show.
yeah,
Not
it-
you ever, dude. Come on. I would
Yeah,
never-
I'm more of a
Okay.
Bugatti fellow myself, you could tell. And like, look at this other guy, clearly trying hard. He's got his headset on. He's got his Yu-Gi-Oh cards. He hung up as a Zoom background act. Like he's. What are you supposed to do with these, Lubi? You just roll out of bed
Mhm.
and then start zooming,
Yeah.
and then
Sad.
start recording and start streaming and begging for money. It's not that hard. Stop being a tryhard.
It's an unusable movable object.
Well, I think we've done enough intros. We should try to get some people in the chat. And while we do that, let's start looking at this video.
Let's do it.
Still had it. Hang on one second.
Are those floating bananas?
Yeah, the song the guy talked about was 30,000 pounds of bananas. But let's just take a look at the intro.
That's Chaplin? Oh, what a good song.
What did the kids say when they knew it was their long lost daddy? Oh. Remember how we listened to the radio and I said that's the place.
I like this song. What's this song called?
How I got the job as an FM jock the day you married me. It was 2 kids.
Nah, you don't have to answer that. That's fine.
But I just had to run around.
The one thing I said.
It's been 8 years since I left you, babe. Let me tell you about what's gone down. I
Is the host jerking off?
am at WOLD.
It looks like it. It really does. I wonder if he's sending a message because I think I picked up on something.
Who's heard but
Did you hear that tension between them right away? So he starts playing the song. His guest is asking him questions about it, and he goes, shh. And the guy goes, no. It's like, control your guest. Talk about what you're doing on the show. I think we got beef.
Missed that. Fuck. That's intense.
I would say we could go back, but it's all good. I think he was probably sending an aggressive message, like, if you talk again, I'll slit your throat. But what do I know?
I don't know.
never seen? Alright. I like the intro. I didn't like the fat guy coming in trying to sing a cappella right away with no music under him. What did you think?
Yeah, that definitely ruined the intro a lot. I mean, that's a beautiful song. I was trying to get the name of it, but you wouldn't tell me.
Oh yeah, it was just we were supposed to listen to the whole intro. But WOLD.
I got excited, dude. This Chapin, he's a good guy.
Well, Mike, the only
I
thing
mean,
we
he
get
really got my ears ringing.
the only thing we get happy for around here is begging for the Bentley fund. We have not.
Oh, come on. There are other things to get happy for, right? Other than a begging for a Bentley fund?
I guess so, but this guy's really simply focusing on that.
Do you have an idea of something you could get happy if people did?
Gave us money for Harley.
Or bought a t-shirt, available now at
I
teespring.com/gettalkin.
Fuck yeah.
What are your thoughts on that fight? Who's right, who's wrong? You know?
I don't like the host. I just don't like the guy. There's something sociopathic in his eyes almost.
I would-
I just don't like him. He seems very snobby almost about his knowledge of Chapin and his music. It's just something about him that I don't enjoy. He doesn't have the proper qualities for a host.
The
And he's
Riz, if
okay.
you will. He doesn't have the Riz. That's a word I learned today.
It's just it's too desperate.
Sorry. I didn't
Yeah,
mean to-
so he's just a little too desperate, and then asking for money for unrealistic things. It's silly. It's stupid. He's interrupting the guest.
Yeah,
I don't like it.
maybe
The
you're...
guest is an okay guy. I know
I-
he looks so stupid, but I'll forgive him that. But it's the host is the one who's stirring the ship, and he's not doing a good job. So
It's like you should know you can mute, right? You're the host of the show. You could just mute his mic. Like, here, start
Yeah.
talking too much, Lubi.
so
And that's enough of that. The audience can't hear you anymore, so you are muted. But I'm just kidding. You're the best.
Yeah, but you took control. You took control and you showed me that at any given moment, I'm going to be punished. And, why not?
And
This guy.
it puts the message out there to anybody else watching, like, hey, if I do this to
Mhm.
my co-host, what will I do to you? Watch out.
Is it weird that I respect that? Am I a masochist for it? Or I'm just a professional? I'm not sure. I think I'm just super professional.
I think everything you do is weird, but I enjoy it. That's why you're here on
Okay.
Mockin, Stalkin, Talkin, Choppin, Cheapin. Forgot the rest. All right, let's resume.
Wait, to me, the host, what do you have to say?
Oh, I agree. Host is 100% in the wrong. It's your guest. You invited this person to be there with you. You already said you're not giving them half the money. Like, be nice, say thank you for being there, and be gracious, Give them that's how you get their viewers. Obviously, you need people who get tons of live stream viewers. It doesn't matter what your chemistry is like in real life. After the show, you can argue, but on air, you have to seem like you're BFFs because that's all that matters.
Had any contributions as of yet, and that's not looking
Hashtag
good.
BFP.
Yeah, BFP all day. All right, now we're starting to get some viewers here. That's good. I did think we should just stall and play chess until we had enough people in the chat room or something, but I was worried.
You're already stalling. We are 10 minutes into your shitty podcast, and you haven't even started talking about the podcast that's talking about the podcast. What are we doing here?
People wouldn't show up.
You think they'd show up to watch chess?
Is he
Chess-
texting people to show up? He's texting. He just grabbed his phone.
Absolutely.
He's asking people, hey, please join. This is embarrassing. Nobody's watching. And that's my call.
I bet you it's even sadder than that. It's not friends. I bet you it's like someone he might be romantically involved with, who he's like, come in and pretend to have different names. Please, I need you.
Do you really think he has somebody that he is romantically involved with? Come on, Bobby, let's be real.
I'm guessing a loser like this found a relationship where there could be like lots of no strings attached, in the sense that it's probably like another city away, so he never really has to have the courage to go for something because he's been hurt badly in the past and is afraid to be hurt again.
Interesting.
That's what I see faggots with man titties wearing blazers on a podcast doing. But what do I know? Let's see.
I know, it's just a wild guess.
But you know what? Chess and man titties don't sell tickets, okay? This podcast sells tickets.
You think they'd show up to watch the Queers Gambit, me and you?
I would hope so.
No, they won't show you.
Somebody said it was
talking
Queen's
about
Gambit.
Queen's
His name's
Gambit?
Gator Vito.
They're talking about
Oh,
Queen's
Gator
Gambit.
Vito in the chat. What up, buddy?
What up, Gator Vito? Thanks for being on
What a
board.
line, dude. Hey.
Look at that.
So they're both gay. Let's begin. Let's reevaluate this. They're both gay.
I'm thinking incel. You know what? Let's throw it to the chat. Chat, do you think these two are gay or incels? We'll come back in a
Queen's
few minutes. Queen's Gambit, I think that was a chess show, and they were doing some chess references. But the Queen's Gambit for these two would be like a gay cruise they went on full of queens.
I don't know. I'm very suspicious of it.
You tag it. I don't know.
A little gay. That's all.
Little gay. What is he drinking? Is that water?
Nah, this guy doesn't drink water.
I was gonna
He
say,
drinks soda.
if-
Soda.
yeah, if it is water, he clearly only drinks it on cam to make it look like
Yeah.
he drinks water. And
Mountain Dew.
yeah. All right. Speaking of Mountain Dew, nobody will Mountain Dew that freak in the left corner.
Gotta have sound effects. Mike, what are you drinking over there?
I'm drinking high quality H2O, as
Oh,
Bobby
some-
Boucher would say.
Some water for the water boy. I like it.
Yeah.
Who else do we have over here in the chat? Just Gator Vito. All right, well, this is
Their one chat person is a troll.
Yeah.
It's somebody mocking Ray DeVito, calling him gay, which he is not,
Oh.
to the best of my knowledge. But let's keep going and see what happens.
Oh,
not going
let's
well.
keep going.
Let's get into it and talk about a face that should be heard but never seen. It's your boy Bobby Tamburo back again with your favorite podcasts that analyzes podcasts that analyze Harry Chapin songs, Talkin' Choppin' with Chapin.
They're not even paying attention. Look at them. Neither one of them.
This guy is texting. He's texting against somebody, and he's a host. What an embarrassment this guy is with his dumbass fucking blazer.
Yeah, and I bet whoever he's texting, he could just not respond to, and they'd probably be okay with it, but he's got some paranoid disorder that if he doesn't respond, they're going to freak out. And the worst part is, he's probably short with them for no reason. Speaking of short, I don't think either of these two guys is over 5'8".
Nah.
That's some tiny
for
dick
sure.
energy mocking another podcast.
joining me tonight. I cannot tell you how excited I am to have this gentleman here. You know him, you love him. Let's get to him right away. From the History Homos, it's the legend himself, Scott. It's always great when you
Oh,
have
look, the host
someone
woke up.
nobody's ever
Yeah. I wonder if he did some coke or something.
heard of, and you introduce him. That
Hope
long
it's
guy
laced
looking
with
like a
fentanyl.
villain.
That was a great intro for what's his name?
Scott from History Homos. He didn't even give a last name.
Is he gay?
No.
Who debates if two people are gay? Who cares? It's 2023.
I think
Does
for
he
a
know
while
history?
this co-host was doing a thing
Yep.
where they were pretending to be gay, but... Oh, I got big news. We got a $5 payment into the
$5
Bentley
donation for
fund.
Bentley.
Yeah, that's right. $395 to go.
Whoa.
He was sending the money. That's why he was on his phone. The host, under a fake name, sent himself $5.
I cannot believe that. You nailed him. I guarantee you, if you look at those transactions, I bet you it's from
Yep.
people he knows. What a loser.
Loser.
And who announces $5 donations? Sure, we've gotten like 30 of them, but I'm not going to bring that up. You don't get your bell rung around here for less than 3 digits.
You are not classy, and I appreciate that.
Oh, indeed.
We're only halfway there.
We are not even halfway there. We need $400, right? That was the goal?
$400 for? Oh no, I meant for the Bentley.
Oh, if you know a $10 Bentley, you call me. All right, let's get back to this video. Speaking of broke people, what is this guy wearing?
Those who live in clearance houses shouldn't throw clearance stones.
Yet he still is doing that. Bobby, this is the perfect time to talk about one thing.
Yeah, you know what would make any of
Your
these?
merch.
Yeah, you nailed it. You know what would make any of these guys look better? A limited edition, very high quality, very expensive, available now T-shirt that says "Talkin, Mockin, Talkin, Choppin with Chapin." Now you might ask, why is it so limited edition? Well, there's clearly a typo there because this is Stalkin, Mockin, Talkin, Choppin with Chapin, but we forgot an S. So you can get it and be a hipster who is cool. Remember, there's this shirt, there's the full wraparound graphic, and there's a sticker for $16. If anybody is actually interested in any of these, just hit me up and I'll get you the sample price.
Amazing. I want one. I'll sleep in it fully naked with just that shirt on.
Boom, 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 boom. I didn't have that sound effect ready to go, but
I want to do that.
I like it.
That makes me feel that.
Who, the host?
Yeah, it looks like he's got a collared shirt on that's clearly two-sided. There's no way those buttons would stretch across the reach.
I mean, it's almost like he blends into the chair.
And I really don't like how much open space he's got. on
It's
this
like,
thing.
why the Fred Durst-like hat?
Yeah,
You're
clearly
bringing
he's,
so much attention to that moon-like face.
yeah, clearly he's trying to hide some baldness or something. Let's keep going.
What's
see what
going
this
on
guy's
with
got
But
to
he's
say.
making guy's hat, yet his hat sucks. That guy has a cute hat. It fits him.
Yeah,
And the hat is oversized and combined with the blazer makes him look cheap. So I don't get it. Why is he?
and look at the blazer. It's clearly like he sat down and it rode up and he didn't adjust his shirt at all. Look at those shoulders.
I know, you're so right.
It's so bad. Yeah, I do get the point you're making here. It's kind of funny how it seems like each version's just a slightly shittier version of the other version that it's making fun of.
Interesting.
Let's keep going here.
That perception of shittiness. Okay.
Oh, that was the banana background. My bad.
Banana background.
And now is it supposed to sound like chipmunks?
Yep, we're fast forwarding ahead there.
Oh, okay.
a
Movie
lot going
magic.
on, yeah.
What did you think when you heard me back on the radio? What did the kids say when they knew it was their long lost daddy-o? Remember how we listened to the radio, and I said that's the place to be. And how I got the job
Bobby, do you mind me dancing?
the day you married me. It was
You usually hate my jokes and my little dances. I don't know.
No, I enjoy this. Anything that, can bring some art to Harry Chapin.
I am the morning DJ at WOLD. Playing all the hits for you, wherever you may be. The great good morning. Hello.
Who's her? Go ahead. What? What's up, buddy?
Did that guy read a book halfway through that intro?
Yeah, it seemed like he's not really focused on the podcast. If you noticed, what I was doing there was setting up the next segment.
What
so I
the
could give
fuck
people
is
sound effects
this
when
guy
needed
now?
to help us beg for a Bentley.
That fucking
This was-
corner.
In the bottom right corner there, I think that's
And-
the co-host of the show that they're mocking. He just got brought on
Oh.
screen.
God, that guy looks atrocious.
Yeah, I think he's more of an intellect than he is, say, like an aesthetic.
Hey.
Who doesn't have soundboard, right?
Why the minute-and-a-half long sound effect? The only sound effect I want...
There wasn't a mistake?
Oh, no. I think this idiot just opened a random soundboard and is hitting buttons. Let's find out.
This is so
Soundboard is
sad.
quintessential
Yeah, let's keep going on the
to a
clip.
podcast about podcasts.
And here's a face that should be heard, but never seen.
First of all, we gotta.
Just real quick, because, you know, the most important thing we do is go to the chat, not what we're talking about or doing. We got 3 comments quick, Mike.
3 comments in the chat. Shout out to
Yeah.
the chat. What's the chat up to? Real
Chat's
quick.
going bang, 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 you know. Let's give that a sound effect real quick.
Emotional damage.
Lucas of the Bind says, once you've punched a hole in the space-time continuum, will infinite versions of Choppin with having shows populate our universe? Who knows?
Huh.
The future
A
is
man
bright.
can hope.
I like
That
where your
sounds,
head's at.
that sounds like a good.
Why
But it won't be
he's so
possible.
annoying? He's annoying.
Yeah, he doesn't...
Everything says, I don't want to know.
He doesn't
What a
have any
dumb-
direction. He didn't go into this podcast with any purpose. He clearly looks like he rushed the preparation with like the speeding forward and everything and didn't have any notes on the things. He just thought he could wing it like it was that easy. Now, again, would never, and I know you agree with this, you would never tell anyone that they should write for a podcast.
Oh my God.
Or
that's-
heaven forbid, write a joke that if this podcast ever blows up and you get stage time, you can back up the fandom you've earned. Like, that is the worst thing you can do in comedy. What you really want to do is just claim to be a comedian all the time and never actually get on stage.
Yeah. 100%
Again.
agree.
Sorry if I seem a little flushed or anything. I'm recovering from an illness I've had all week.
Unless if you donate to our Beg for a Bentley fund. Because right now I gotta get a matching tattoo with someone, so that's super
You
good.
getting a matching tattoo? What are you
Yeah,
getting?
yeah, yeah. My girlfriend who's 30 years younger than me got my name tattooed on her, so I'm gonna get her name tattooed.
What?
So that's gonna end well.
Wow, they're tattooing children.
Yep. We're
Okay. If your girlfriend gets a tattoo of your name on her, don't you think you should do something like more grandiose than get a tattoo back? Right? If you're dating, and like I said, I'm still maturing, you're still maturing, Lubi, we're quite young in this game. But as we hit our peak of fame, I'm guessing you're going to date a nice 18-year-old twink who doesn't know he's gay yet, but is in fantastic shape and can take care of all your laundry and everything, right? And I'm going to do the same thing, date somebody half my age and enjoy that. And if you're going to be in a relationship like that, you do not do the normal thing of just getting an equal. You one up. So then they have to one up, right? Carve her name into your flesh. Leave a scar that doctors can't remove. That's what I would do.
Again, I'm going back to the same. I'm very suspicious of this guy having anyone. He's lying. And if he has somebody, that person has never tattooed his name on her body. Never happened.
That-
It's done ironically.
I could not agree with you more.
begging for a Bentley.
That rules.
Can't see it. I'm sorry.
Who else we got in the chat here?
Is she
We've
Mexican?
got, can I borrow some money? Or can I borrow...
You know what I think you know what I think's going on here?
Tell me.
I would love to trash this guy. But I think he's just jealous of like what we've got. You know what I mean?
Oh, 100%.
He's
Oh,
got
because-
one person in the chat. And we all were like that when we were his age. He's got one person in the chat. We've got 3. And you know, I'm sure maybe he's outperforming every weekend and getting to do stand up, which is what he says is his main goal, but he really wants the YouTube presence and people to love him on here.
So you're telling me that you have empathy for him?
Yeah, I get where he's coming from, because at that age, we all wanted what other people had. And now, sure, if you actually ask this guy, he might say something along the lines of, I don't want what you have. If I had what you had at your stage in your career, I would hope to have the balls to blow my own brains out. But he just wants what other people have. Let's keep going.
Borrow some pizza
Okay.
from Sad Zumok. Hi guys, from Jeremy S. My apartment smells like a loser from Sad Zumok again. I feel like that's a parody of Chad Zumok. And of course, we got Superfan Tiffany in there saying, hey,
Stop here. What's with the drug rug? Can you believe this guy? I gotta ask.
what's with the
Ugh.
fucking
How did
Jerry
Chad
Seinfeld
Zumok
impression?
get
What's the
back?
deal with
Jesus
the drug
Christ.
rug? We get
What
it.
is that energy?
I'm sorry, what was your question?
did you hear well, like, he dragged Chad Zumok into this? What is he
Oh.
saying?
Which person?
How desperate that is.
Yeah, and like, who are these people? Have pictures or something ready to go if you're going to talk about it, right? Like us. If we're going to talk about something, we have pictures ready to go, don't we?
Oh yeah.
Like if we were going to say, hey, head on over to teespring.com/get-talkin, we could show you what you could get there. You get this shirt for $200.99. Or
Great. Tell
You-
everyone, great deal.
you would get this guy for $350, and the best option, probably a sticker for $16. That is a quarter size. So
Oh, magical.
please, you know we need it. Please, I'm begging you, buy some shirts. Because it's good for you, not because I needed the money to pay my rent.
I want those
Yourself.
stickers and I want to use them as pasties. I just
Ooh.
want to.
If we get $1,000 super chat,
Self-hating Jew, but you don't have to mock.
Come on,
Jason
guys.
Field.
Is that a snowball, Mike?
Put in more than 10 seconds of work before your podcast, and at least put on a collared shirt or a nice black shirt, something that's slimming. Fix your camera angle. Nothing would be slimming on that, gentleman.
No, I don't like that pose. I don't like this.
okay, sure, the gentleman they're mocking might be a little portly, but a samurai sword couldn't make these two look slimming.
He's begging for treats
You know that thing you do? The
So
watermelon that they do on
mean.
YouTube where you put like as many rubber bands as you can and see what.
until it explodes.
So
Yeah, that's what would
mean.
happen if this guy tried to button his shirt right now.
Yeah, I hope someone puts 100 fucking rubber bands around his stomach and it
Just
explodes on camera.
one rope around his neck. Anyway, what are we? What are we
This
worst
guest
in the world?
is so unprofessional, first of all. Why is he a floating head this whole time? Give us a little bit of the he's a floating head. What a weird shot. And then every time he moves, we don't even see his mouth. We only see his eyes, like a ninja. I mean, he wasted that whole nice headset equipment on such a bad angle. And
I thought you were talking about the other guest because I've got a or I thought you were talking about the host because I've got a theory about him. Do you see how it looks like he's sweating?
it's because he's fat and overdressed.
No, I think this guy's losing weight, but you know how you lose it in your face first and like not the gut or anything? It kind of stays bigger and it almost looks disproportionately big.
Uh-huh.
I think this guy's losing weight and he cut his camera angle right where the fat starts. I bet you this guy looks much bigger if he stands up, but you can't tell by his camera angle.
Interesting. Bobby, you're so analytical. I should have been taking notes. You're a psychologist, dude.
I could have been with as many times as I failed Psych 101. Just kidding. And we do have a question in the chat, so I am going to answer it by typing out my Cash App.
Because you have a legitimate product.
Thank you. Now, somebody was asking for another way to donate, which was through Cash App. I did just put it in the YouTube chat. But again, that's your hard-earned money. Only give it if you feel like we've really earned it by begging on the internet. Now, we say we're both stand-ups, and we could probably go out there and do comedy, but instead you should just hand it over the easiest way possible.
Yeah. I don't see a problem in that.
Let's continue, and I will unmute myself.
Let's say something else that people don't say all the time. What is it, like a hostage situation? Yeah, are you in somebody's basement right now? Alright,
Okay. Now, I do want to just pause for 1 second, Luby. Because a lot of people might say that all this is two people who nobody give a fuck about, bickering with two other people who nobody gives a fuck about, who are bickering with two other people who nobody gives a fuck about. And at the beginning, they probably were all friends. And I bet you could find a bunch of podcasts that all these people on screen have done together. But now, because of some arbitrary reason like YouTube drama or beef to garner views, now they all hate each other. And in reality, nobody should know who any of them are at all. But that would be ridiculous, right? Because anybody who gets on YouTube is important and is a celebrity, and all of their beefs matter. And you should spread lies and things like that and ruin people's lives based on YouTube beef.
just don't think they should be
Bobby,
making fun of people's dwellings
it's
when
the
one
truth
guy's
tonight,
clearly in a
dude.
attic planning for the boogaloo, and the other guy's clearly just in somebody's attic.
Yeah, the dude has like a map of Middle Earth behind him. What is that?
He's poor. Get some real posters. Show some money.
He spent all his money on that mic.
And look at this. They're
Speaking of poor, Mr. Macy's jacket. And
Oh, God, that's not Macy's, honey.
no?
Don't be jealous.
Do you think that's like Boscov's Bonton, maybe?
I don't even know what that is, which means yes.
Probably. Like it's a off-brand supermarket. Let's see what we've got here. And look at this other guy's room. I bet you this is a house somewhere where his roommate just moved out. Now he's worried about affording the rent.
panhandling for a Pontiac. You know what Pontiac stands for, don't you, Mike?
Poor old N-word thinks it's a Cadillac.
Yeah, at least we're
Am
going
I
for a
right?
Bentley.
Oh, what a shocker. Old racist face said something racist.
Jesus Christ. Disgusting.
God. Put a little effort in, boys.
Come on.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, we got another chat that says, moon rolls through the nighttime till the daybreak comes around. Because all life's a circle. Kind of like this podcast where we're going to circle back to right
Glad
now.
he's
It's filled with guys that look like circles.
you eat.
Oh, Lubi, your internet's breaking up a bit, boo. What were you saying there?
Oh, I said I'm glad he was singing there for a bit. So fucking tacky.
Yeah. None of these guys can sing. Nobody said anything funny. And look at how many...
A bunch of amateurs begging people for money.
Yeah.
Have no talent. Don't do anything outside of this. How
No.
embarrassing. Like, this world is going nowhere.
Begging
People
doesn't
like,
sell tickets. Okay?
No.
Be funnier.
What? For what shows? They have no shows.
Come on.
They're not performing anywhere.
This is nuts.
Unlike
Hold on.
us.
Did he say it's your
I'm
boy?
sorry.
We saw this hack start the show with It's Your Boy.
How played out is that?
We saw this hack start the show with It's Your Boy. It's a fucking hack Easter egg there, Luby. Not Easter egg, Russian doll is what I meant, but you stall for a bit.
Ugh. Are they maybe stealing from one another? And then pretending to bash each other?
No, I don't think they're smart enough for that. I think this is all... Now,
idea.
maybe if that were to happen, what would happen is the most conniving one, who it looks like is the guy at the very center of it all in the drug rug, maybe he would set somebody up for a fake beef and then lie about it on air to make him look bad. I've heard that tale of that happening. Like, be like, hey, let's go in there and beef and pretend it's a work, and then when you start the beef, act all defensive and be like, no, I never planned that, just for views, but I can't imagine that. That would be nuts.
That would be completely
No, I will
nuts.
agree with him like that. That is played out.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. Who's going to say, it's your boy, and write something? You're doing a podcast about a Harry Chapin podcast. Have a Harry Chapin line to start something good, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, this guy is doing a podcast about a Harry Chapin podcast about a Harry Chapin podcast and didn't have a Harry Chapin line. What is he fucking thinking, Lube?
Like, what's the Harry Chapin song again?
WLD, sequel, taxi, A Better Place to Be, Mr. Tennerman, any of those.
I'll tell you a better place to be. On the chat, with the chat,
Yep.
checking out the chat.
No new chats as of now, guys. I'm worried our begging for a Bentley fund stalling, so let's make sure we hit that real hard. But in the meantime, we're going to keep hitting this podcast real hard.
They all say this. They all cover up the fact that they can't do a podcast by saying, oh, I'm sorry, I haven't done this before.
At least I have an excuse. What's yours? You're sitting there on fucking Zoom? Get in the same room. Use StreamYards where it at least looks like you're fucking professional. And what's
I
with
don't like
all
anybody.
these-
I don't like anybody that talks like that.
Yeah, oh, I'm a dude.
I'm trying, Ron. Stop.
Okay, these clowns do not get the game, do they, Luby?
Not really.
All
they
that
don't
matters is that you...
Podcast or life.
Yeah, no, or pussy, clearly. But all you do, right, is you show up, start a chat. Doesn't matter how anybody gets there. All that matters is that you're on YouTube, saying you're comedians, and talking
What's
shit.
yours? You're sitting there on fucking Zoom? Get in the same room. Use StreamYards where it at least looks like you're fucking professional. And
I don't like anybody that talks like that.
Yeah, oh, I'm a dude.
I'm trying, Ron. Stop. That's phony. Stop it.
Come on now.
I hope your Pontiac crashes.
With the old inside.
I'm sorry. I'm just in such disbelief that this would be a podcast.
It's just nuts.
Dude sounds like Bobo.
Yeah, it's like adjust your audio levels. Why are you coming
Oh,
decibels?
God, more inside the ballpark references. Come on, guys, you're better than that. Let's skip ahead a little bit here. This is too mind-numbing.
Are they very... What the fuck? Oh, my God.
Rip these guys. That's actually a really good point. I hate how everyone's saying we're all just mini red bars now. That we're less funny versions, and that we used to make fun of them and say we hope he's dead from cancer, and now we're doing the same thing on a daily basis.
Okay, I will agree. That is the one good point he made this entire podcast. Did you hear
Okay.
it? Did you hear it?
No.
So right now, like, people will say what I'm doing is acting like a shittier version, like a diet version of Red Bar, who I spent half a decade complaining about almost on a daily basis and wishing death upon, and now I'm just acting like a shittier version without doing the work and still doing all the same damage. But that's wrong, okay? We're nothing like Red Bar. He does a quality show.
Wow.
In a shittier way with less prep. That's fucking nuts. Red
Who's
Bar,
Red Bar?
he's a guy who watches all the shows and breaks them down and proves who's real and who's fake. And
Talking about Red Band?
no, that's Brian Red Band. Red Bar is a guy who did a radio show. He does one still.
Ooh, look at that moron who didn't know who Red Bar was. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Luby.
Okay, what's up? Dollar sign. Dollar sign.
What happened?
We just got $50.01 towards our goal tonight from a guy named Ian. We will not give his last name because I'm guessing, based on the fake name in the chat, he doesn't want us to know. But Ian, thank you so much. Just tell me what size shirt you want if you'd like one, and I will reach out and get your address later.
How amazing. See, Bobby, when you are a star, things like this happen. Not like these hacks.
Yeah, I guarantee you those retards never got more than $10. Actually, that's a
No.
lie. Dominic sent them 50, and Dominic's the man. I wouldn't want to shit on Dominic, and he sends sweet stuff all the time. He's the best, but not tonight. Ian, tonight you are the champion, my man.
Oh, that's Red Fox.
That's Red Fox. He also does research and shit, which is
Are
great.
you talking about that submarine that went missing?
Nope,
Oh, that's the
I'm
Red
just
Fox
trying to move on, for the love of God.
Wow, look at that tension. Look at that. Speaking of tension, you stretching? Are you doing yoga over there, Lube? What's going on?
A little bit. Is that okay?
Yeah, I'm sorry this is taking much longer than I expected, but you are killing it so
No,
far.
that's just so intense. Like the whole. Like they're arguing? Do they hate each other? What's going on? I'm trying to figure it out. I'm getting a little
Well,
upset.
it's just, you got to remember, Luby, right? What you see there is a Russian doll of wanting what others have, right? Now, sure, the guy at the center says he wants to just do a podcast about Harry Chapin, but he wants to get the super chats and other things of the other guy, even though he seems perfectly content just doing a podcast about Harry Chapin and with nobody talking about him. He wants what the others have, and they want what the other guy has. And you know what? Those morons want what we have, which is a real audience, a real fan base like Ian.
This is a little bit too much work. Oh, look at this production, huh?
Oh, no.
Nice white screen. Come on, guys. Oh, you went white.
Oh, okay. A cigarette.
Oh, you get it? Okay. If either of these guys attempted to take a high ground mic, they'd be winded.
They are not getting that high off the ground. Let me tell you that right now.
No, these guys are two losers sitting in their attics with nothing better to do on a weeknight than shit talk somebody else. What
Yeah,
do they think?
talk about a great musical artist by Maps.
Did he just make a hacky high, oh, if they took the high road, they'd be winded joke? That's not how you attack somebody. You attack somebody like this. You go, hey, you see the retard in the blazer? It took him 9 years to graduate college, and he lied to his parents about doing it in 4. That's how you attack somebody. You attack their character. You go, hey, I bet you his dick doesn't work out of Catholic guilt half the time.
Oh, yeah, his map.
Oh, Bobby, you're vicious and amazing and smart. Love it.
How are you, Mike? Let's take a pause. We're almost
Shut
halfway
up,
through.
Libby.
Let's check in with each other.
I'm okay. How are you?
I'm doing well.
I mean, I know
man.
I threatened to kill myself on your podcast, but I'm
Yeah,
alright.
and I definitely wasn't sent as someone who was like, hey, let's check in on Mike. He's had a lot of bad things happen recently.
Man, people don't even know about that.
Fair enough, fair enough. I just assumed your best friend Manny moving out, leaving you for another
Ah,
woman
dude,
who had
everyone in my life's leaving.
I'm not going to dig into that anymore because that would be a good podcast, and we're just here.
Why
You know
not
what,
dig
Bobby,
into that
speak-
more?
Honorable ways of earning money online.
Yeah.
Do you think this could be the right moment for me to like maybe offer my feet to your fans and see if that brings any revenue? Because I am all about, being a hard working comedian and not using any other, avenues to help myself financially or draw more attention to myself. I would never do that. I'm a professional. I have a fan base. I do a bunch of shows, but I am just saying that if that was on the table, how would we go about it?
I would say anyone who wants a foot pic from Luby,
Okay.
you
Okay.
should
Do a quick glance. Like, I have nice feet, right?
Yeah, I think the key is you have to pretend that like you're doing it for an accident and not a fetish thing, and just kind of put it out there and be like, oh, did I step on something, and like show
Oh,
it. Yeah.
that's how it's done. Silly me.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like I said, I never want to draw attention to myself for wrong reasons.
No.
And I like to remain professional, but like if somebody, I don't know, like wants to give me money for it, like who am I to say, hey, no?
Yeah, exactly. Like, and you wouldn't want to be known for your jokes or your material or your creative joke writing. You want to be known for as the comedian who has an OnlyFans and makes money that way.
Yeah, why not? Be a legend.
What would be even better is if you did something under the guise that it was like additional creative content, but really it was just the Patreon and most of the tiers were things like that. That would be next level
Ooh.
shit.
That's a dick move. I'll be honest.
Dick hard move.
To get money
Yeah.
from Fagan, Ford, or Bentley Fund.
Scan that motherfucking Venmo.
I
Was
guess
that your soundboard?
Yep.
Cool. I like that one. That's the Minecraft.
It's got that
I hope it plays the whole thing.
Nah, every time you say it,
You
it feels
see
like
how
it's right after.
I
That's a good song.
moves
That's
and
a
dance?
video of
Oh,
a
like,
black gentleman in a bandana
He
dancing.
dances like an autistic trying to hump a doorknob.
he literally looks retarded. Yeah.
Yeah, his eyes are a little far apart. And
Mm.
again, I bet you if he shaved his head, it would look almost freakish, especially with how much he sweats.
Okay, I can get on board with that.
Yeah,
In
dude, you
his
need
case.
add that clip to the
I'm sorry, that talked over. You say that again, Luby?
No, I just said it's not endearing in his case somehow. But please.
You know what? I'm actually gonna. I plugged a lot of my stuff tonight, and you're my co-host. You're here tonight. I'm gonna let you plug your OnlyFans one more time.
I don't know. I don't want to make a big deal out of it. I kind of have cute feet. Should I? I don't. No, I'm not gonna do it. I would never do it. Should I do it? No, I would never. I would. No, I'm
Oh
no.
no, you would never. That would be bad. Yeah, good call. Thank you for covering for me there.
Oh, yeah, I'm so never. Mm-mm. Nah.
fucking show.
You know I can't get on board with these fucking hacky losers.
Really forget about everything that we do regularly that is in contradiction with the new moral paradigm that we have set as being unmoral. Based on this video and this episode alone, whatever is convenient for who we are mocking at the time, and the goalposts will be moved. There will be no consistency, and we will answer any of our
Consistency.
questions and name principal actors when the FBI interviews us related to our activities on a certain day in this winter.
I was with you.
What the hell is this guy even talking about?
Yeah, that was verbal salad for sure.
Okay.
Who is he to judge him?
Yeah.
Who is he to say that?
At least he gave some rationale.
Why?
Oh God. And more importantly, he's wrong. There are no morals in this. Okay. This is YouTube. It's about getting views. It's about getting people in the chat. Sure, exploit the fact that your brother died. Exploit the fact that your cousin got run over or something. You know, it doesn't matter that a guy has gone through literal hell for 18 months having your back because everybody said walk away. But the first opportunity you get to not have his, jump all over it.
Man, just all over the place.
Talking about the FBI. This is a music podcast of a podcast.
Yeah, and more importantly, it doesn't matter what the moral high ground is. You make your moral stance whatever's convenient in the minute. It's more about shit on the
door and be
guy.
like, hey, you know some dumb loser who was on a podcast?
Yeah, no. And if you hit somebody, no.
And then I lost you, and then I figured it out.
Nice hand gestures. Let me
Oh,
show off your
wow,
fat
that
hands some
was-
more.
Oh, like Atlas lifting the world.
Oh god.
Jeremy says, don't feel bad, Mike. Everyone I like leaves me, but my best friend Tyler Durden has always stuck by me. He says hello.
That dude can fight.
And makes soap.
The jam band guy wants to give the history of the live version and why it's better. These guys, you can smell them and see them a mile away.
Oh, these hipsters, Mike. Oh, we gotta take the
Oh,
classic
I can,
stance.
I can smell this clip.
Oh, it's shit.
It stinks.
It is awful. But just I like that they're mocking him for liking a jam band by taking the, making fun of the jam band stance that's so fucking hipster and mainstream today. Just like, what are you even fucking thinking?
Look at these clowns. Ooh, look, we're making fun of the hipsters because they hate something. Maybe he just legitimately hates band douches. Have you ever met a jam band douche, Luby?
I dated one.
Oh, tell me more. That's a story we need to hear.
Yeah, that was in high school, and I used to go to all of their rehearsals, and I felt so important. But then I found out that he dated multiple girls and had us on a nice schedule. When when are we supposed to show up to rehearsals?
Oh my God. So he was not only improving his music, he was improving his relationships.
100%, and it worked for him so well.
Oh my God. What is Montenegrin jam band like? I am very curious about that.
They were doing like covers as well and different stuff, but like covers of mostly like heavy metal music as well.
Jesus. Let's take a look.
Oh, man. This is so much fun.
Sound
What are you doing?
effects
Yeah,
out of nowhere, with no purpose, with nothing.
and
This
then
guy is just
laughing at yourself for just
Ooh.
playing a stupid effect.
okay.
What's the website you're using? You're on shittysoundboards.org?
It's my instance. I will stop. All right,
It's
let's
like
go.
a fucking every
He's
Fortnite meme.
what a
Speaking of
dumbass.
These guys look like a school shooter. Let's continue. You're not even a musician. You're a comedian. Or so you claim to be.
So we are told.
I hear you plug these bumfuck redneck gigs all the time, and no one ever knows where they are. That's what's morons wrong, Mike. Being a comedian is about being on YouTube and just shit-talking anybody you can find until you get views.
Yeah, it's not even about performing on stage anymore.
No, yeah, who gives a shit
Why
about actually doing that?
judging is my question.
Say that again.
He's judging him right now, and I don't like it.
Yeah, I
He's
mean,
he's trying to fight for his bigger YouTube presence, get more views, which is what everybody's trying to do, and I respect the hustle. And he's
Yeah.
just like,
and
this.
he just wants what this other guy has.
Oh yeah,
He wants what other people have. That's his reasoning for everything. There's nothing deeper than that.
so sad.
I will say he is right. Being a comedian, it's not about how funny you are. It's not about the jokes you write or the stages you get to perform or the size of the crowd you can make laugh or the diversity of a crowd you can make laugh. It's about three things: YouTube, OnlyFans, and I don't know what the third one is.
Yeah.
As long as you can make a funny meme or two or a nice react video, you don't really need to do shit. Yeah, it's just fucking, I've never seen that before.
Yeah.
Big Snoop D.O. Dub.
But you've never heard fucking Freebird. Okay. First time react to
Yeah.
fucking Freebird.
Bullshit. Let me guess. Incest. These guys look like a product of incest.
I don't like that rhyme he just did.
I bet you he sat there and planned it.
That he wrote that
Wow.
down. He rhymed it on his sweater already.
We're gonna skip it.
That
Them laughing at incest is quite ironic since this guy is obviously an inbred. So.
Yeah, especially in the bottom right. That family tree is a wreath, which is a joke
Oof.
as old as the 9 other ones they made about incest. Why don't we all just rip off people? It doesn't matter anymore.
Who cares?
I am so sad. Let's
I
continue.
know.
Because you know what? Ripping people off, it sells tickets.
Mom spaghetti?
Yeah.
I wish they would
16
skip this
miles.
podcast.
That-
Really all you do is hit start streaming and just watch somebody else's work and make fun of it. And then make the most obvious jokes ever. As long as you hit your goals, it's all worth it. And that is true. You gotta hit your goals, and we need to hit our goals, so send us
And how we
some.
looking on our goals?
And that is true. We got to hit our goals. And so far, Ian's the only one carrying the weight tonight. Thank you so much, Ian. Got something special coming your way.
Thank you, Ian. Oh, Bobby,
Oh, somebody
isn't it
got
amazing? to have fans?
It is the best. Actual people in the chat with names.
Oh, we are still a good $400 away.
Well, it's not bad.
We're getting there, though. We are getting there. Let's continue. Hit the bell.
The only thing they're getting to is an early grave due to morbid obesity.
Hopefully,
No,
we're
hopefully
not-
it's a self-inflicted wound.
we're not that lucky, Bobby. They're gonna stick around.
I hope they learn to go down the stream, not across the river, if you catch what I'm getting at there. Results, attention.
Yep. Results versus attention. Yeah.
Of course. What a cheese dick. What are we doing? May is the month of donkey, and you should check out his YouTube. Yeah, because nobody's watching your fucking podcast. Nobody's watching this.
It's like he responded to you.
Yeah, and nobody's watching your fucking podcast either, sir. Sure, we may have 2 viewers on YouTube right now. No biggie. One of them's me.
And nobody's watching your fucking podcast, just to keep the circle complete.
No biggie. At least
Yep.
more than you. You know? At least we're trying. And
May
donate.
really the month of donkey?
Nope, I just say that because it's when I'm born. Zen's producer says dork. That's the final word. On him. I think his final word is more like be gay to yourselves and each other. Yeah. I think that's his way of trying to seduce his
That
co-host.
dude's been gay to himself his whole life.
What are gay jokes? That's what we're attacking here?
Corny as fuck.
Yeah, there's so much better things you could attack. Like you could be like, hey, the guy in the black cap with the Jordan logo. I bet you he got dumped by a very overweight, hairy girl who now goes by they, them, and has to question his sexuality, but he's still not over her.
Wow.
All that. Somebody please fuck me. I'm begging you to. I think that was the only true thing he said the entire time. Like, he let the truth slip. He said the inside out loud thing. Even though the episode's down, you can still send to the panhandling to the Pontiac Fund. We hit 10% of our goal. That's not the worst. But please, guys, if Hello there. Hey, I love a man hitting his goals. You know that?
Oh my
Hello
God.
there. You hit your goals,
Hey,
buddy.
10%.
Yeah, help us hit more than 10% of our goal.
We are the 10%.
Significant other will make
You are 10% not body fat, so 90% body fat.
me get a yeah, mine too. So help us hit the big and for a Bentley goal. Great guest host, like,
You okay, Luby? It looks like you were sore there for a second. Is that from the sickness you're
that
getting
was-
over?
That was hilarious. That was a good joke. You got him.
Thank you.
That fuck.
I like him more when he talks in the Animal Crossing voice.
this moron forgot to do plugs. He had to stop.
Who plugs things? There's one thing to plug. It's your goal. That's it.
Oh my.
Plug your goal, and if you're a semi-attractive female comedian, your OnlyFans.
the podcast and started getting
Yeah,
like
and unplug your
That's the worst.
And unplug your what? I'm sorry. I feel like that was a good one I stepped over.
life support one day, please.
Life support. With how heavy those two are, it's going to need extra backing.
Yep.
That was bad.
I hear that's a good show. You should check it out.
Davey Max Sport Program?
Yeah,
Oh,
every,
the best.
every Sunday.
Every Sunday I check it out.
Not as good as.
That is a good point to stop and pause right there and say the Davy Max Sports Program is a great show. It is available pretty much every Sunday live from the Dojo of Comedy now. However, this weekend they're taking off for Mother's Day. I hear they will be back for producer Rob's birthday, May 21st. Lubi, I know you have other much more entertaining things to do, which is you're performing where?
I will be at the New York Comedy Club. Sasha Serbul is recording a comedy special. It's the second comedy special. I produce both. And I will be performing at 5 p.m. and 7 p.m. So we have 2 shows, May 21st, New York Comedy Club.
Speaking of performing, now I know I've given you the feedback that a podcast is not supposed to have preparation or topics to talk about. It's supposed to be just shit talking somebody. But you've also got another project you're doing. How's your podcast coming?
Since you gave me a feedback, can I give you my feedback? No, I want.
Oh, that would have been good. That's your ticket. But we didn't hit our goal, so that's on you guys. All you foot fans out there, you blew it.
I would never do something.
No. Come up with a reason just to show a fetish thing on camera.
Just out of nowhere for nothing. That's not the kind of girl I am. But yeah, my podcast will be in Serbian, so good luck with understanding that shit.
We will get translate.
Oh my God, you will butcher it even like that.
Yes, I absolutely will.
You will always find a way to make fun of me, Bobby. I appreciate that about you.
Oh no, I actually want to support you on this one. I think it's great.
No, I'm joking. Come on, no, please.
And by that I mean, if you know Serbian and can translate, holla at your boy.
There you go.
Oh, what a big one.
Whoa, you're a fundraiser for training pit bulls.
I'll be honest. I've done
I have
that.
one of those pit bulls bites you in the fucking neck.
Listen, Mike, we were both young comedians once where we had to do shit gigs when we were starting out, and I've actually done that fundraiser for Cover 6 before. Would you like to hear an interesting story?
Ooh, cocky for nothing.
So I was working with a comedian who hadn't really worked with this.
Did anyone go on stage and go, hey, who let these dogs out?
No, but I could have used that 2 years ago when I did this fundraiser for the first time. And this other comedian was doing it, and she was...
Okay, so I actually did a little research here, a little sleuthing. Word on the street is the co-host's comedian is a comedian. He just broke up with his girlfriend who was a comedian. And the other guy's just trying to tell a shit-talking story, but doesn't have the balls to actually say names, and the co-host didn't get it, so we're just going to skip right past that and watch from here.
I like this part of the podcast.
It's my favorite part.
Yeah, oh, dance moves. You have original dance moves. He's a...
What is that? The Will Smith thing from SNL?
Wow. What a shitty podcast. I have never met 2 individuals who should just blow their own brains out more.
Yeah, that was rough.
Yeah, I think it was so bad that we got lower views because it was so shitty.
Wow, dear dad.
No, of course not. And,
Yeah.
Wow.
Like, yes, we warned our fans what we were talking about well in advance, so they probably didn't watch because this is such a shitty podcast. And honestly, Luby, I can't think of 2 people who should just lay down on a train tracks next to each other more than those 2 fat fucks. But honestly, the train would probably get destroyed more than they would.
Thank you for saying that. You read my mind.
if things keep going this way, we're not going to get our Bentley either. But that's okay. I'm going to go take that aggression out on my girlfriend. I mean, I'm not going to go do that. Mike, what do you got to plug?
Boy in the Fridge podcast.
Okay, so I've heard some rumors. Just kidding.
Okay.
Mockin comedy on Instagram. Give me a follow. I got shows this week. I'm doing a black show. I'm the only white comic on that show. Can't wait.
Oh, boy. If you don't know Mike, that's going to be a fun one. He's going to get fought.
Wow. Yeah, that's cool.
You should do your vampire joke.
Yeah.
Where's that at? Where can people get...
Nobody cares.
Literally nobody. Literally.
Plugging doesn't sell tickets, okay? I have kids. I need donations. That's what sells tickets.
Tickets to see
That
that?
is in Lancaster. Oh, if you want tickets for that, they're $40 a piece.
Wow, that's 10% of our Begging for a Bentley goal. Don't go see Mike, because live
Yeah,
stand-up
no,
doesn't matter. Donate to the Begging for a Bentley fund.
Which
Yeah.
I'm sure one of the comedians will have the Bentley logo tattooed on them somewhere.
That was a real joke, Mike. You're not supposed to do that.
Would have been better if he had said Pontiac because of the racist thing he said earlier.
On this podcast. Thank you. That was by far the highlight. No. If you couldn't tell, it's just me reiterating the same points. But you also have something coming up Wednesday, don't you? This is a live stream, so it's going out to people right now. Yeah.
The roast battle at Harrisburg Comedy Zone. Come out.
You're a judge.
Fun.
Right?
He's
But you also come out.
finding. Oh, this is a live stream. Nobody's watching, buddy.
Yeah, nobody's watching. Nobody's watched Restream. I bet you it got like less than 100
No.
views total.
No, that's not the way to do it. He's doing it wrong this whole time.
Yeah, you gotta
You
see him.
Plead your case. Hey, I need new titties. Hey, my son's hungry. Hey, I haven't been performing for past 10 years and I've lost all of my credibility. Come on.
Hey, I'm trapped in a second loveless marriage and I've got a horrible genetic disease. Give me money. Anything you can plead for.
Anything
Really?
you plead, that's the route you take. That's the gracious route. That's the honest route where you're sharing your story and people appreciate it.
Exactly. Let's finish this up real quick. I think we got a minute left.
And then at the end of the summer, I think you have something big, don't you?
At the end of the summer?
Yeah, maybe middle end.
In like August?
Yeah.
Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Nobody
Maybe doing another
cares.
round of
Nobody's
horses
buying
and shit.
tickets
That's
for
pretty exciting.
August.
That's the last one.
Yeah, it sold out last time, so come out to that if we do it again. That would be cool.
That'd be
I think we
awesome.
might be recording at that.
Yeah, I think I did see one of the comedians announce that, even though no one told him to. That was pretty cool.
Yeah. One of the comics probably should have kept his fucking mouth shut.
It wasn't a big deal, I'm sure. I'm sure he's fine. Hey, you know what? Thank you all so much for tuning in. We may not have hit
I
our
wanna
goals, but I will hit my goals.
Apple,
On that-
yes, head. Look at that head.
Yeah, I've heard he had family members called Watermelon Cabeza.
note, I'm Bobby Cannaro. That's Mike O'Donnell. Keep sending tips, because I'll still be in my taxi, getting stoned. Hello, honey, it's me. What did you think when you heard me back on the radio? What did the kids say when they knew it was their long-lost daddy-o? Remember how we listened to the radio, and I said that's the place to be? And how I got the job as an FM jock the day you married me? It was 2 kids and I was into AM rock, but I just had to run around. It's been 8 years since I left you, babe. Let me tell you about what's gone down. I am the morning DJ at WOLD. Playing all the hits for you, wherever you may be. The great good morning. Hello, honey, it's me.
Well,
Oh, sorry. I wasn't about to show my feet. Nope.
you sure?
Nope.
You wouldn't ever.
Never.
Guys, that was a shitty podcast, but this wasn't. This was a great one. Lubi, you were great. You just gave your plugs a minute ago, so I'm just going to do them quickly. Show the 21st, and new podcast in Serbian for all of our Serbian-speaking listeners. And for me, check out the Davey Mac Sports Program. It's available every Sunday, except for this one because we're doing Mother's Day, but there may be live tickets available soon. I'll let you know. Also, head on over to Teesprings/get-talkin to get our $200 shirts. And yeah, exactly. Or the stickers. And Lubi, send us out.
This is how it's done. Watch this show and take notes. Pathetic YouTubers. I'm out.
We're out. And this has been Stalkin, Mockin, Talkin, Choppin with Chapin. Guys, even though the live stream's over, you can still send your tips because I'll still take them because I'm still in my taxi taking your tips and getting stoned.
Hello, honey, it's me. What did you think when you heard me back on the radio? What did the kids say when they knew it was their long-lost daddy-o? Remember how we listened to the radio, and I said that's the place to be. And how I got the job as an FM jock the day you married me. It was 2 kids and I was into AM rock, but I just had to run around. It's been 8 years since I left you, babe. Let me tell you about what's gone down. I am the morning DJ at WOLD, playing all the hits for you, wherever you